Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 280. In this episode, you're going to hear 3 reasons why Karyn Seitz is so badass. Now, Karyn, in case you missed the last episode, is a happiness expert. And so we talked about like all things happiness, confidence, boundaries, those kind of things. It was such a great episode. So go back, take a listen when you have time. And if you're short on time, listen to this episode, 3 reasons why Karyn Seitz is so badass. Now, before we get to it, I would love it if you headed on over to iTunes and left a 5-star rating and a review. If you love this podcast, it is so helpful when you leave a review so then other badasses just like you can find the show. With that, let's get to it. Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 280. In this episode, of course, we're going to talk about the 3 reasons why Karyn Seitz is so badass. But also, we got to do a little segment, real or real fake. So I want to know, this self-help world, it's actually this episode of this little segment, real or real fake today, is going to coincide with the episode. So the self-help world, there's all different feelings and thoughts about it. Some people think it's real, like it's legit. It is like what you do. It is how you find the answers. And some people think it's real fake. Like it doesn't help you, or it's a bunch of woo-woo, or you always hear the same type of things. Maybe it doesn't make you feel good. I don't know. But I want to know where you land on this. How do you feel about the self-help world? Do you think that it's real? Or does it drive you bonkers and it feels real fake? So I want to hear from you where you land. Let me know, real or real fake, the whole self-help world. Whenever I hear your stories, whenever I hear your responses to this kind of thing, there is going to be a poll in Spotify so you can use it as well. Or you can take a screenshot of this episode and put it on Instagram, tag me at Ordinary to Badass, and let me know, because I love hearing your feedback and your opinions on things. It means the world to me. So let's get to it. 3 reasons why Karyn Seitz is so badass. So quick rundown is she stopped looking outside herself for the answers. Second thing is she knows what makes her unhappy. And the third thing is for cultivating a relationship with herself. So let's get to number 1. Why Karyn Seitz is so badass is because she stops looking outside herself for the answers. She really pays attention to what she is feeling inside and how things make her feel. But then also, she makes herself a priority. So often we think, okay, what's going to make me better? What's going to make me a good person? What's going to make me look smart? What's going to make me look better at this? And we're so worried about what everything on the outside looks like or what they're going to say about us that we don't focus on what we want on the inside. And then that kind of screws us up, right? Because we're too busy looking around and like, what is everybody going to think about this? As opposed to making our own decisions. So maybe you look on the inside and you start to see what you like. You start to put yourself on the schedule instead of putting everybody else on the schedule or putting their priorities on your schedule. Prioritize yourself. Look inside for what the answers are. And something that Karyn had said was, if nobody was checking on me, would I still be doing this? Would I enjoy it? sometimes we do things for external validation, and we're looking for other people to be like, "Oh, good job. That's nice. Yeah, you did amazing." And it's really not something that we like doing. We're just doing it for the outside approval. So what are you doing right now that if nobody was looking, you'd be pretty bored with? You'd want to give it up, be done. What feels good when other people are looking, when all the outsiders are giving you praise for? And then think, if you weren't getting that praise, would you feel the same way? It's something to ask yourself. It's not something to beat yourself up on or, to feel shame about. It's just a question to ask yourself, to decide, maybe this is something I should give up. Maybe it's no longer in my best interest to do this. And you're not wrong for falling into that trap of doing something that you think the people around you want you to do, because all of us fall into that trap at certain times. But then it's like, a matter of recognizing it. Like, is this really serving me? Is this what I want to do? Does this make me happy? So maybe just being more curious about it and asking yourself questions and really getting to the core of where your motivation is coming from. Okay, number 2. The second thing that makes Karyn Seitz so badass is because she knows what makes her unhappy. Now, I love this. Karyn makes a list of the things that make her unhappy. So often we hear like, "Ooh, what makes you happy?" You know what? It's not always that easy. Sometimes the negative is easier to answer than like the positive, airy fairy, fluffy stuff, right? So maybe it's a little bit easier to look at the things that make you unhappy. Then you could say, "Oh, this makes me unhappy. Maybe I don't want to do it anymore." It's a question to ask yourself, right? And to reflect. So, like I said, the unhappy things, those can come to our minds really easy a lot of times. The negative, it's easier to come up with those things. But then that can also make clear the things that you do want. So, what are the things in your life that are slowing you down? Or, you know what? Just make a list of activities. Make a list of all of the things that you're doing. And then Karyn said to ask yourself, is this something that I enjoy? So that helps you narrow it down a little bit. If it's not something you enjoy, maybe you just cross it out. Like, have your list and then you cross it out. But we all say we want to be happy, or most people say they want to be happy, right? I don't know anybody who says, "I want to be miserable." But are we taking the steps to actually be happy? Are we taking the steps to actually have the things we do every day fill us with joy? I don't know. Are you? So reflect on your habits, reflect on the things that you're doing, notice the things that make you unhappy. Notice the things that you wouldn't do if anybody else wasn't looking, right? Then notice the things that light you up, that bring you joy, that make you excited. Okay. Third reason why Karyn Seitz is so badass is because of how she cultivates a relationship with herself. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and read what she said because I really loved what she said. So I'm just going to read it. So I really cultivate a relationship with myself by using life as my greatest teacher, to grow and learn and embrace the challenges in life, to overcome my shortcomings, overcome my limitations, and that learning about believing in myself and knowing that I can handle life. So really, the only practice now would be embracing life and really using life as the platform and the vehicle to get to know who I am and build my sense of competence by doing life and really being in the reality of life versus the fantasy or the facade that I was trying to make it on my are trying to make it in my experience on my own spiritual journey. So life is what it is, right? You can handle life. You get to decide if life is good or if life is bad. And another thing Karyn had mentioned is like, it really helped her to realize, like, I am the problem and I am also the solution. Because in this social media world, it is so easy to start looking around, looking at everybody. Like, oh my gosh, she has the perfect husband. She has the perfect family, the husband, the kids, the perfect house, the picket white fence, whatever the thing is. It's so easy to look around and see all of these things and judge and feel like, oh, my life is not, it does not compare to that. And feel crappy about yourself. But you don't have to. You are the problem and you are the solution. We create these problems in our heads, right? But you can also solve the problem. And that's up to you. But there is like something empowering when you're like, oh my gosh, I can solve the problem. I have everything I need within me. I do not need to hire a coach, a mentor, a guru to tell me all the answers. Now, I'm not saying that any of those things are bad, but when you refuse to go within and listen to anything that you actually want, that's where it can become unhealthy, right? It's like more than what anybody on the external can say. You come first. You are the first priority. And so as a badass, it is your duty to cultivate your relationship with yourself, to make that as strong as possible. Okay, quick recap. 3 reasons why Karyn Seitz is so badass. 1, she stopped looking outside herself for the answers. 2, she knows what makes her unhappy. And 3 is how she cultivates a relationship with herself. If you get anything from this, cultivate a relationship with yourself. I think it's a game changer. With that, we'll end our show. To all the badass women out there staying in the arena, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, own it and get after it.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.